Hi there. This weekend marks the beginning of Holy Week and the lead up to Resurrection Sunday. But it also is the time when we celebrate Palm Sunday, and let me read you the Bible story that tells us about this from Mark chapter 11. When they were nearing Jerusalem, at Bethphage and Bethany on Mount Olives, he sent off two of the disciples with instructions: go to the village across from you, and as soon as you enter you find a colt tethered, one that's never yet been ridden. Untie it and bring it. And if anyone asks, what are you doing? Say, the master needs him, and he'll return him right away. So they went and found a colt tied to a door on the street corner and untied it. And some of those standing there said, what are you doing untying that colt? The disciples replied exactly as Jesus had instructed them, and the people let them alone. They brought the colt to Jesus, spread their coats on it, and he mounted. The people gave him a wonderful welcome, some throwing their coats on the street, others spreading out rushes they'd cut in the fields. Running ahead and following after, they were calling out, Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in God's name. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David. Hosanna in the highest heaven. I sometimes wonder what the minor characters in the Bible stories experienced. The women, the children, and in this story, the donkey. Mary Oliver, who's a beloved poet of mine, a woman of faith and of love for nature, wrote this, entitled, The Poet Thinks About the Donkey. On the outskirts of Jerusalem, the donkey waited. Not especially brave or filled with understanding, he stood and waited. How horses turned out into the meadow leap with delight. How doves, released from their cages, clatter away splashed with sunlight. But the donkey, tied to a tree as usual, waited. Then he let himself be led away. Then he let the stranger mount. Never had he seen such crowds. I wonder if he at all imagined what was to happen. Still, he was what he had always been, small, dark, obedient. I hope, finally, he felt brave. I hope, finally, he loved the man who rode so lightly upon him as he lifted one dusty hoof and stepped, as he had to, forward. Isn't that lovely? As we head into Holy Week, I pray that you can imagine yourself in the story somewhere, and in that imagining, encounter the King who rode on a donkey and who commanded peace, and that you may, like the donkey, step as we have to forward.